spleen, lungs, name me another organ. I just said liver. Hi, I'm Dr. Francis, a world-renowned wildlife nutritionist. You may not have heard of me, but your pet iguana sure has. So let's talk about my reaction video, part 2. Yes, iguanas do that. So if you are new here and you did not see the reaction video that we posted last season, here it is. Boop, boop. You should probably want to check it out before you listen to this video. If not, you kind of really won't understand. This was our first time doing a reaction video. It was a lot of fun, and it was a lot. So looking at this and then trying to think, what can I say, like my normal reaction, and then what can I say? I raised a lot of the issues that were related to this diet. It was nutritionally incomplete. There were significant nutritional gaps. And the comments were interesting. So I completely understand that a lot of people wanted me to specify what would I change in the diet, what would I add in to make it more complete. I get that. And that's what I'm gonna do today, because that was a pure reaction video. My goal was not to teach anyone anything. It was purely to let them know of these gaps and entertain, which I think I succeeded. So today we're gonna be a bit more scientific. So I'm gonna put on my glasses and I'm gonna tell you exactly what we should have done. Boom. So first thing first, she loves her dogs. She takes the time to cook. It's amazing, but it doesn't remove the fact that there are significant nutritional gaps. And what really shocked me about the video was that, you know, she even did her due diligence. She checked with a vet and the vet was like, it's fine. So that's what really, really shook me, because I was like, this diet is just not okay in any world. If you feed it once or twice a week, fine. We didn't have that information, right? So I just took it as I got it. But what was really, really interesting was there's so many things missing. So what exactly was missing from this? Well, there were no organs at all. There was no liver, there was no heart, there was like nothing really that was added inside. So especially if you're using a very lean meat, or if you're using like white meat, if you're using stuff like that, then you're gonna have significant nutritional gaps because you just won't have enough zinc or copper or, you know, the other things that I mentioned in that video. So adding in 5% of liver is a really good way to plug up most nutritional gaps. Will it make it perfect? No. But you can actually add that in and it will help to solve a lot of these other potential issues down the line. So 5% liver of whatever animal, whatever protein you're feeding is a good place to start. Adding in some hearts as well is good. I wouldn't use hearts to replace liver. Liver is kind of its own thing. Heart is a very, very lean muscle meat. So you could maybe give like 5 or 10% less muscle meat and then put heart instead, especially if it's a fatty meat. That helps to reduce the fat content. And it helps to give a lot more taurine and a lot more of these other nice things that may be lacking in the diet without adding in organs. If you're able to find other organs like spleen or lungs, go for it. You can absolutely give that as well. Or even pancreas or secreting organs, those are cool too. But liver is really your easiest thing you can get. And if you can't find fresh liver or frozen liver, then even buying these freeze-dried liver treats is better than nothing, right? So even giving that, but you won't give 5% of that because there's no water, they've been dried. So you wanna give about 30% of that. So you're gonna wanna give about 1.5 grams of those dried liver treats. Mix it into the diet. You can even rehydrate them first if you want. There was an egg inside, which was great. If the egg was from a pasture-raised chicken, then you have omega-3s in there. You're gonna have a lot of vitamin D and other stuff there, which is great. If it wasn't pasture-raised, which most eggs aren't, then you're gonna need to add in some omega-3 somewhere in the diet. So giving in some fish, some canned mackerel, some canned anchovies or sardines, or even just a piece of salmon, or an omega-3 supplement. Nothing wrong with using an omega-3 supplement, fish oil spray, fish oil pill, something like that. Omega-3 is also essential and was quite lacking in this diet. The most obvious and glaring thing was that there was no calcium. At least I didn't see any source of calcium when I watched it. Maybe I missed it, but that's a huge gap, and you will see the repercussions of this quite quickly. Thank God it was an adult dog. If it was a puppy, then we'd be in big, big trouble. So sources of calcium can be either the eggshell from the egg itself, or it could be a raw meaty bone, or it could be a lightly air-dried bone. If it's a small one like chicken neck or duck neck or pork feet, then usually those are fine if they're dried. Bigger bones, of course, are a risk of splintering, so you don't want to do that. But smaller bones, even if they're dried or just raw meaty, that would be an amazing source of calcium. And again, if you don't want to get all these things, then just a calcium supplement is fine. It's super easy now to buy eggshell calcium supplements with a little spoon, and then you add that in. You can just buy pure calcium tablets like calcium carbonate, calcium gluconate. Those are more syrupy versions. You can get any of that, it's fine. So calcium is super important. I don't think I need to explain why, because we're all standing up because of our bones, which are made of calcium. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. And this elephant is made of rice. Rice. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of brown rice in a diet for dogs or for cats, but there's a limit, you know? Too much of anything is not good. This was, I'm speaking from the heart, it was a lot of rice. And what you're doing is you're diluting all this amazing protein and healthy fats and even minerals that were in the meat that she chose to use. You're diluting all of that as well with something that is just very, very high in carbs and fiber. Yes, there are amazing nutrients in rice, but for 50% of the diet, at least on a weight volume version of what we were able to see, that's just a lot. You really don't need that much. Even adding 10% of the diet as a complex carbohydrate, yes, you can have some benefits from that. It can completely help to make up a balanced diet. Because remember, we're looking at the whole diet. The sum of its parts is more important than actual ingredients themselves. So a little bit of rice on its own, there's no point in the comments saying rice is great or rice is bad. It doesn't matter. It's when you add everything together, that's when you know, does it work or not? Because ultimately, everything gets mixed up, everything gets digested, most things get absorbed. So we need to really look at the diet as a whole, not just individual ingredients. Unless they're toxic, then don't add them in. But nothing in there was toxic, of course. So I would have reduced the rice and probably just added more meat. And again, added some organs, some liver, a calcium source, and even adding some seeds, like some ground sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds. That also would have helped to add in some of the vitamins and the minerals that may be missing from just the basic meat and vegetables. There were a lot of vegetables in the diet. I don't have a problem with that. A lot of them have a lot of good antioxidants and, you know, a few other very useful vitamins and stuff. I'm okay with the carrots and the green veggies that were used. That's fine. She did say kale was toxic, which is not true. You can absolutely give kale. It's actually really good. But one of the things that I want to talk about was garlic. So garlic was mentioned in this video. And then in the comments, it was like, what are you talking about? Garlic is absolutely toxic. It's not. Garlic is not toxic. And we have a video next week that we will be working on for you that will explain why it's not toxic. If you give 35 cloves of garlic to your dog, yeah, they may have a problem. But no dog will eat that amount. And in fact, the health boosting effects of garlic far outweigh any risks if you're giving appropriate concentrations. So don't be afraid, don't be shy to give a little bit of garlic. But it is not toxic. So I hope this helped to clear up all of your questions on what I would change for that diet. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for taking the time. Even the ones who call me a pasty queen, I take that with pride because yes, I try and stay out of the sun. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget to subscribe, like this video, comment as much as you want and say whatever you want and call me whatever you want. I like attention. So whatever you say, it just feeds me. Just like I'm giving you tips on how to feed your dog and cat. There you go. Bye-bye.